Hello there, this is Lydia Esari in Dallas, and I wanted to answer a few of your questions you had about this Morgan and Wilcox property in Houston. So the main question was, why now? Why apartments? And it's probably a very good time. There could be no better time because you hear in the news about inflation hitting record highs. It was 8.5 just last March. And with that inflation, our properties are actually appreciating in value. We're dealing with an asset, a hard asset. It is an apartment building. So it's just the valuation is increasing, rents are going up. They have been at the record high of 21% all across the US. Talking just about the top markets for in the last months, it hit the record. So we also hear about short supply of housing. We hear about top markets where people are moving. We are really in the right kind of investment dealing with the hard asset compared to the volatile stocks that are suffering right now. So I try to list in this slide why, and you see the cap rates is something I wanted to mention. You know, we use cap rate to measure, to estimate the return on a property, but also we use it for the valuation of the property. So you see the cap rates are in the denominator. You see the formula at the bottom of the slide. You reduce the denominator or increase the net operating income. That's something we can easily maneuver by improving the property, increasing rates, offering more amenities. So the valuation of the property is going to keep going high in addition to the market by itself, adding value to the property. There was a question about interest rates. They are going a little bit high. You heard that in the last weeks, but looking at the historical graph that we have here in the last 10 years, it has stayed more or less in the 4%, 6%. It hit a low record of 2.8% at the end of 2020, but right now it's moving up. But for this property, we have secured a 4.85 interest rate, which is very good. And in addition to that, we have bought a rate cap, so it's not gonna go higher or much higher than that. So we are secure there. About the returns, what are we getting? That's what most people ask me. So what's there for the investors? And listen, if you invest 100,000, your projected return is going to be about 100,000 over that. I mean, so that's what we call it, 100% return. Your cash flow is moving a little slow in the first year, but you can see here on year 3, the cash flow that is coming to your accounts is about almost 20%. And the reason it's a little slow in the first 2 years is because we do a lot of rehab. A lot of the cash flow is focused on improving the property, adding more value, increasing rents, and the cash flow is focused on being more returned to the investors beginning year 3. But at the end of the whole term, which is on average 3 to 5 years, you're going to get about 100,000 more in addition to your investment. Yeah, one question is, are you still reading slides? You guys ask me, yes, I'm still practicing. I'm still reading Dermpath slides 4 days a week. This has become my primary side interest. I think our medical careers are fascinating. You know, I still love what I do, but I think it's also fascinating to see your investments grow. And I think this is a very safe investment. I wanted to share with some of you. I noticed some of you are already investing in multifamily. I can see for the nature of the questions you sent. Fee disclosure, as a couple of you asked that, and the acquisition fee is 1%. That's very average, very standard. You might think it's a lot of money because of the price of this property, but it's really not. We're a large team, and it's about 2-3 months that you start working prior to completing the acquisition. The asset management fee is very average too. It ranges between 1.5-2%, and this is a large property. We negotiated a good price with the operator. It's going to be Q10, a very good management company. They are also property advisors, so they've been doing excellent with the last properties for these groups. I know the GP team for about 3 years, almost 4 years. They are great operators. I'm very impressed with how close, I would say, they beat their own deadlines in general. They usually reach their goals before the time. And so these are the main questions. If you guys have more questions, and I will have busy lives, the lead sponsors, I mean, the people who are going to be more involved directly in running this asset because they are full times, have offered time on this coming Tuesday, 6:37, that can be flexible. All you have to do is say yes. And if we see enough interest, we'll schedule that, you'll receive another email. If not, you guys can keep emailing questions. I know we're all very busy, so emailing, texting, whatever works for you. Take care, stay tuned, and I think you guys are doing great.